Most people like to start off their mornings by eating a bowl of cereal or a piece of toast. But for me, I like to start it off with a good meal. Hi, my name is Kari from Poland, and I'm here today to show you on how to make waffles. First, by gathering your ingredients and mixing them together. Second, by cooking your waffles. And lastly, by topping them off with the best thing in the world. So today, to start off making waffles, you need to gather your ingredients. For this recipe, we will have 1.5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. 2 eggs separated between the egg yolk and the egg white, a cup of milk, and a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Now to start this off, we need to mix all the dry ingredients together. So we're going to, in a medium-sized bowl, so we're going to put the flour and all the other dry ingredients together and stir them up a bit. After we mix this all together, we're going to add our milk and our egg yolks. Now when you're adding these in, you need to make sure that you get a good consistency, and so that all the dry ingredients are mixed in. So after we mix this up a little bit, we're going to move on to the egg whites. So for our egg whites, we're going to take a blender, and just mix them up a bit so they're light and fluffy. So now the most important part, second most important part, we also need to add the oil after you mix your milk and your egg yolks together. So now here comes the trickiest part of making your waffles, which is folding in your egg whites. Now this is a trick that needs to be mastered. It's hard to master. So we're going to just take our spatula and scoop them into the bowl. So now how to fold your egg whites into it so that they're light and fluffy. You've got to take it from the bottom, reach over, and just put some batter on top of them. Just keep flipping them and flipping them. Now after you've flipped them and folded in your egg whites, now time to cooking. So you're going to take about a half cup measuring cup, and in a greased, preheated waffle iron, we're going to take about a half cup. You might need more or less depending on the size of your waffle iron. You're going to pour it in there, and you're going to close it after you get a good size amount in it. Not too much that it's going to overflow, but like have an inch to spare on the sides because it'll spread out. Now the trick to getting perfect fluffy waffles is the folding technique on your platter, and make sure the batter is all mixed in correctly. Now after your waffles are cooked and they're light and fluffy because of what you did for the egg whites, I like to top them off personally with some homemade maple syrup. Now this is better than Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima because I personally made this, and it's the best flavor. So you just put some on there and you're all good to go. Thank you for watching on how I made waffles. First, by gathering your ingredients and mixing them together. Second, by cooking them. And lastly, topping them off with my favorite thing, maple syrup. I hope you've learned something today and you can use it in your own kitchen. Thank you.